Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia on January 15, 1929. Growing up in Georgia, Martin faced racism and experienced segregation. This meant that many places, including schools, restaurants, pools, and bathrooms, were separated between African Americans and white people. As a young boy, Martin understood that this was unfair. Martin was a very smart young man. He even skipped 2 grades in high school. At the age of 15, he entered Morehouse College in Atlanta. After graduating, he continued his studies and became a minister. He went to Boston University, where he became Dr. King. While living in Boston, he met his future wife, Coretta Scott. They would have 4 children together. In 1954, Dr. King became a preacher at a church in Montgomery, Alabama. In 1955, a woman from Montgomery named Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white person. In response to her arrest, the Montgomery bus boycott was organized at Dr. King's church. This boycott meant that people would stop riding the public buses until the laws changed. The boycott was a peaceful protest. Dr. King believed strongly in nonviolence. After a year, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that it was against the law for African Americans to have to give up their seats to whites. After the success of the Montgomery bus boycott, Dr. King continued to peacefully fight for civil rights around the country. Civil rights are basic rights that every citizen has under the laws of the land. He encouraged others to protest segregation in a non-violent manner. Many university students, both African American and white, worked together to end segregation. The fight for civil rights was not easy. Many supporters were attacked. Other leaders, including Dr. King, were sent to jail for protesting. In August of 1963, the March on Washington took place. More than 200,000 people came to Washington, D.C. to show support for civil rights. Dr. King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. His powerful words had a great impact on many people. On July 2, 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act. The law made segregation illegal. That same year, Dr. King won the Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. King dedicated his life to ending racism. He believed that everyone should be treated the same. He taught that love was greater than hate, and that standing up for your beliefs does not require violence. Unfortunately, not everyone admired him. On April 4, 1968, Dr. King was killed by a man in Memphis, Tennessee. Today, Dr. King is honored every year on the 3rd Monday in January. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a federal holiday in the United States. If you need to, please go back and reread the passage. If you're ready, you may go on to the Martin Luther King questions.